Hi everybody, Ruth Rumack here, founder and executive director of education at Ruth Rumack's Learning Space, and I've got more back to school tips for you. Welcome to episode 3, Motivation for a New School Year. This year isn't like any new school year we have ever had. Everything is different for everybody, students, teachers, and parents. So how do you motivate your kids, encourage them to stay positive and engaged when things seem unknown or uncertain? I'm often asked by parents for tips on how to motivate their kids when it comes to school and learning. I hear things like, my son has no interest in school, or my daughter doesn't see the point of completing homework. We all want our kids to become productive members of our communities, and we know that successful experiences at school can have a lot to do with that. So what can we as parents do? First of all, we need to remember that motivation can be intrinsic and extrinsic. Intrinsic motivation can be fostered through interest in a subject, finding a topic relevant, and having a sense of accomplishment when a skill is actually mastered. It can also be long-lasting and self-sustaining, but it's hard to foster for someone else. That's the problem. Extrinsic motivation, on the other hand, can be stimulated by other people's expectations, including parents and teachers, rewards, things like grades and money, and the threat of punishment. Extrinsic motivation produces changes in behavior quickly, but those changes don't usually last a long time. So, if we want to set the stage for longer lasting motivation, we can think about these 3 things, all strategies we use at Ruth Rumack's Learning Space. Number 1, find topics that are interesting to your kids and provide opportunities and hands-on experiences for them to dive deeper for information. Encourage them to use these interests when choosing a writing or a research topic. Talk to the teachers about independent studies or student-chosen topics. Number 2, look at the big picture. Help your kids see the relevance of their studies. You might say something like, getting really good at mental math will help you calculate the discount on the AirPods you're saving for. Or explaining the why, the big why of a task and relating it to something of meaning for them, something in their lives. Number 3, review successes. Sometimes a lack of motivation stems from fear of failing or anxiety. So helping our kids recall past successes and how they achieve them can alleviate the anxiety and recharge their motivation because they can see the path through to the end and the goal. Okay, so now for some quick tips to jumpstart homework. Number 1, give kids a snack. Very important. Have them get a little exercise before starting their work. It helps to relieve that pent-up energy as well as help them focus for the task at hand. Number 2, break the assignment into smaller, more manageable chunks. We talk about this a lot. Go over the assignment with your child. Make sure they understand what is expected of them. And number 3, to go along with that, is use a timer, something like a visual timer or an online timer. Set it for a short amount of time, maybe 10 minutes for younger kids, 25 minutes for older kids, and see how much they can get done in that time, or set a task to be completed in that time. Take a short physical break, like jumping jacks or shooting hoops or something that, again, gets their focus back, and then sit down to do another round. Number 4, it might also be helpful to allow your kids to have some control over their work, perhaps where they do it or what gets done first, because feeling more ownership helps keep us motivated for sure. Okay, well, that is the short version. As usual, there is so much more to say on the topic of motivation, but I have run out of time for today. Please join me tomorrow for episode 4, Tech Tools for Learning. If you have questions or comments, please leave them below and like us and subscribe. That's all for now. Happy learning.